Now, update on the old Silver Spirit. As I showed before, I got the new wheels. Got the new wheels on. My machinist went ahead and re-drilled out the hubs. Everything's looking good. Show you the underneath. And I am excited because custom, nice custom low-hanging exhaust. Pay no mind to that. But I'm excited because got the top side exhaust finished up. Got the wastegate in place, turbo sitting exactly where it's supposed to be. Everything's tightened up. Looking good. I went ahead and got a 6.0 cover out of a Cadillac Escalade. I kind of just set it on there just for a laugh, but I really like the way it looks. I went ahead and cleaned it up and I put a nice double R emblem on there, but it looks pretty good. I like it, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep that. So now that the exhaust is all wrapped, installed, I'm gonna go ahead and work on the radiator hoses. Gotta go ahead and throw the belt on here. I have the AC compressor going up top, the relocation kit, as I showed before. And then pretty much gonna be working on the cold piping, the inlet cold piping, and the rest of the wiring. So it's looking good. I would have preferred to have the intercooler totally hidden, but unfortunately that's not gonna happen. At least not right now. I'm just gonna get a low profile intercooler up front. You know, if you see a little bit of it hanging down, it's really no big deal. I prefer it to be as concealed as possible. But you know, I mean, then again, it might give it a little bit of an aggressive look. But you know, again, this is just an update. Figured I'd show you guys how it's coming along. You know, this is just my little side project I've been working on. As I mentioned before, interior, the seats have been sent out. Those are getting done. Haven't even touched the dashboard since the last video, since ripping everything out. Just went ahead and threw the main frame back in place. But you know, getting there. All right, well, we got our intercooler delivered today. It's definitely not that big, but that's okay, because you know, ideally you want something maybe twice the size of this, but like I said before, I'm looking for more subtle. I mean, granted, you won't get as much performance as you would if you had something a little bit bigger, but I think for this application, I think it's gonna be all right. You know, like I said, I'm not building a race car. It's just, I think it'll be just enough to kind of keep the air temps down to a reasonable temperature, and you know, keep everything operating as they should. So my plan is I'm going to tuck this thing under here. The bumper somewhat adjustable, so I'm going to, it'll be tucked back here, but I'm actually going to notch out the bottom part of this bumper on both sides, and then that'll give me enough room to where I could actually take this and slide this up behind the bumper just a little bit. You know, I'm just trying to go maybe 3 inches up, so that should give me enough room to get this thing in here, and you know, then I could drill some holes through here and run the piping, get everything hidden. So ideally, this will kind of come straight and then do a direct 90, except it'll be upwards. So, and I got plenty of room where it can come in and then up, and then into the intake, and then on this side. And this side right here, you can see the turbo outlet right there. So most likely what I'm going to end up doing is probably going to cut this down a little bit and then come off of here with a 90 coming directly out, coming directly this way. And this way I can run a pipe just straight out like this, except it'll come up more. So I'll end up coming straight out through here and then do a 90 and then come straight through here. And then through this panel right here, like I said, I'm gonna drill holes on both sides. And then out here, we'll be able to run the 90 coming straight out and then into the intercooler. So at least that's the plan. Then once I get all that in place, then that's just one less thing we gotta worry about. Hot side is done, at least until we get to the actual exhaust system. We still have the downpipe and everything else all in place. Everything else all made up. So then once the cold side is finished, then you know, like I said, it's just one less thing we got to deal with, and that'll be done. The hood actually does fit without having to modify or make anything, but it does close. Everything was able to fit. I mean, looking at this thing at first glance, it's like there's no way that's going to fit, but it does. I mean, everything. I did have to notch the inside of the hood support there, but everything works. Got to adjust the hood a little bit, but I mean, it closes. So I'm really happy about that. Even with that giant turbo and with the truck intake manifold, everything does fit. So, you know, pretty much the only thing you're going to see is a little bit of this intercooler, and that's fine with me. All right, so got the front bumper off, and I'm going to cut this and notch it so we can fit the intercooler inside it a little bit better. So this is it's kind of like a C channel. You can really see that. So I'm gonna end up cutting this bottom piece here. So this can pop up just a little bit on the inside of that. So these bumpers are stainless steel with rubber wrapped over them, so I'm just gonna use the plasma cutter, cut a notch out, and I'll probably just cut the whole slit out, and then I could pop this in there and then make my mounts according to whatever height it's got to be. So. All right, so obviously I didn't have to cut out that much, but it's better for airflow, the bigger of a gap we have underneath. So I figured I'd just cut out the whole thing. That's how that's gonna sit. All right. Perfect. This bumper will get shimmed up a little bit. Get as close to the bottom of the grill as I can. So there it is. That's pretty much all you'll see. Not too bad. I mean, like I said before, I'd prefer if you couldn't see it at all, but you know, it's not bad. Obviously you see the pipe right here, but not bad. Come up a little bit, but like I said, have this pipe. It's pretty close. Like I said, it'll come up probably 3/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch. So that, and then turn directly into here should be perfect.